Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our weekend weather update and the outlook for next week across New Zealand, Australia and the South Pacific Islands. And we're dealing with a big high stuck over New Zealand, although it is slowly starting to move away. That's why we're getting the northerlies and the fog patches we've been seeing. And then on the other side of the Tasman Sea, we've got a low pressure zone right here over Tasmania. And up to the north, easterly winds, and that's going to be an issue next week for Queensland as very heavy rain sets in there. So let's cover what's going on at the moment. So on today's wind map, we put in there the UV rays. Now, for those who are watching our videos back in spring, we talked about this big circular blob up here, which is the highest concentration of UV levels. Now, as we went through summer, that blob of pink-purple colouring dropped all the way down right over New Zealand and Australia. But now that the Earth is moving, and of course the southern hemisphere moving further away from the sun in the sense that we're getting longer nights and shorter days, means that the UV, the peak of the UV is heading further to the north, into the northern hemisphere. So that's the equator. Most of it is north, but the orange and yellow shading you see here still means there's a moderate to high burn time if you're out in the sun, especially in New Zealand, where we've got UV problems more so than perhaps Australia does. So high levels still of UV, but the worst of it now certainly up to our north. Now, the other feature, the winds and the airflow, you can see here, easterlies at the top of New Zealand, light winds elsewhere due to high pressure. East to southeast winds moving into the rest of Australia, except for down around Tasmania, where you've got that low pressure zone. The dark colour there indicates thick cloud blocking out the UV. So taking a look at temperatures, we've got Friday and Saturday, departure from normal. The top is obviously Australia. And you can see that southerly change through today and through Saturday, showing temperatures well below normal, except for the very top northeastern corner and also down around Perth, although it's not going to be that much warmer than average. Whereas New Zealand, Friday and Saturday, well above normal, 4 to 8 degrees, in fact, above normal in the South Island, and several degrees above normal into the North Island. So warmer than average over on our side, cooler than average for much of Australia. Now, we do have that stormy system around Tasmania. This is tonight. You can see gale force winds here and here wrapping right around, and calm in the middle as the centre of that storm tracks right over the top of you. Now, as we head in towards the weekend, rainfall in New Zealand from that low pressure zone comes our way. So rainfall totals on the west coast get up to that rain warning criteria, but it's down around Fiordland and southwestland, normally where the heavy rain is. There's some spillover into drought impacted Southland this weekend, between 5, 10, 15, 20 millimetres, depending on which side of the region you're on. And the North Island, mostly dry, but a few showers and patchy rain moves in later on as that system comes in. This is the 2-day rainfall map from Saturday morning, so it really does cover the weekend through until Monday. So lunchtime Saturday looks like this. There is that low. Calm in the middle, right over the top of Tasmania, and then gale force winds all the way around it. But mostly dry in many other places, just a few showers brushing past Brisbane, and then that same front moves into New Zealand this weekend, later on Saturday into the South Island. Southeasterly winds will keep the North Island very sunny and dry. There will be fog patches, some people will like that for tomorrow. And then in the South Island, the nor'westers pick up. So the fog's looking less likely in the South Island as you get those winds lifting up, and lifting up temperatures as well, I should say. Going into Sunday, high pressure over the North Island, fog patches around there, but the west coast has heavy rain moving through and a little bit of rain moving over into Southland and parts of Otago. The totals won't be huge. The low departs from Tasmania, so conditions ease there on Sunday. And up to the north, Brisbane gets that same front that New Zealand's getting, and just like New Zealand's North Island, it'll be a fairly weak system as it moves through for you. Now, next week, the front slowly carries on. It's still stuck. Very rare that you see a front like that. Now, it's very weak, though. There's just a couple of showers really in the middle here, and only a few showers making it into the North Island, which is unfortunate for Waikato, which does need proper rain. It's getting into a green drought now, just like Southland is. And you can see showers, westerlies for the top of New Zealand, but a cooler southerly change coming in for southern areas as we kick off next week. And look at this big high drifting into the areas that have had the stormy weather over the last few days. Now, we've also got this new rain feature coming in for northern parts of Queensland next week. Rainfall totals potentially getting up over 150 or 200 millimetres, and this is falling over just 3 days, starting from Tuesday morning. So So it's mostly south of Cairns and north of Brisbane, although Brisbane may well be caught up in it. So this is worth keeping an eye on. There could be some flooding around next week. So Tuesday, you can see easterlies up here, low pressure and that heavy rain stuck into that zone. And it's all going around the next really big high that's rolling into the New Zealand area. So we've still got southerlies, couple of showers here and there, but generally speaking, mostly dry. And you can see some bigger downpours even going further inland. And then we get into further into next week, and now you can really see high pressure pushing through into the New Zealand area. The winds are fairly light, and you can see all that rain sliding down the coastline there. And our final map is for Thursday of next week, and it shows, look at that, massive high, smack bang over the top of New Zealand. And there's another high here coming in from the Indian Ocean. So a gap in between this high and the next one for rainmakers. And that's what you're certainly seeing down the eastern side of Australia. And then as this high finally moves away, that'll bring in New Zealand's next chance for westerly driven, by the looks of it, rain or showers. That is all from me. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you again next week.